it feels so good to already check off a resolution for the year 6 days in. Also, just in case, not doing anything crazy in Pinnacles today. The goal is for 2 hikes. This one is quite simple, and the other one, come on. This one's quite simple, and luckily the cave is open. Just always the best habit of having GPS and, even more importantly, water. So each year I try and go to a new city, new state, new country, and new national park. Since I'm staying in San Francisco for about a week, this was perfect. And it feels so good to already check off a resolution for the year 6 days in. Pinnacles National Park is south of San Francisco, and there are 2 entrances to the park. You cannot drive through the whole thing. You could hike the whole thing, but oh goodness. There are long hiking routes that'll take you through the whole park, but you cannot drive the whole park. The park itself is not that big, so I should look up how long those through hikes are. Anyway, I am on the east side. It took me about 3 hours to get here, leaving through Bay Area traffic, which was not wise. Probably should have timed it better. But I am on the east side of the park, where there is Gulch, which is most likely the most iconic, famous, popular part of Pinnacles, besides the tippy pinnacles that you can hike up to. Luckily for me, the cave is open. Parts of the cave are open. There's, of course, big bat communities here, so I think certain parts of the caves are shut up for the bats. I really was not expecting it to be this green. I saw some green photos of it, but I was like, that's not a lot of the park is going to be like that, but it actually is quite mossy and green, and a lot of the hills coming in were quite green as well. I wonder if that's because it's winter time. It is January. Maybe in the hotter months they become more brown and dried out, but in January it is gorgeous and lush. I feel like I'm almost back home in the PNW. Right now I'm on the rim trail, and you can take more hikes, go up to those peaks there, but that would be another day for me. I believe those are quite an incline all the way up. I know this area is also very popular for condors, and a couple of these lookout points is like a great place to see them. I've already seen a bunch of them just flying around, so that's awesome as well. Let's finish this hike. Celebratory beverage. So that was a very fun hike. I actually am delighted and tickled at how much fun I had today at Pinnacles. A very short stint for me coming in and out, but like I said, the park is quite small. I was good about bringing my my GPS, my water, and I still need to get in the habit of bringing a light. No matter the hike, bring a light. This definitely has signs that says, you know, flashlight required. I was able to use my phone, and thankfully for a lot of the parts that were open, you really could see the phone flashlight was enough. Pretty much each section I was like, I don't know about this. I almost turned around. There's a part where, so you're kind of going through this cave with all these rocks and stuff, and you're walking along this waterfall river runoff type situation, and kind of at the start of the dark hike parts, the whole thing is just full of water rushing down, and not in the right shoes for it. And I almost turned around thinking like, oh my gosh, is this going to be treading through water the whole time? And I was like, I can kind of see the light on the next section, so why don't I just keep going? And I'm really glad I did, because it was a very cool experience. Though yeah, definitely waterproof shoes and headlamp, proper flashlight. Never rely on your cell phone as a flashlight. It's just not, I just need to get in the habit of just always having a headlamp on me. I used to keep one in my purse of all places, you know. But yeah, really fun hike, lots of stairs, climbing. Not your easiest hike, though there are ways to get to the reservoir at the end without going through the caves. So you don't have to do as much squeezing and crawling and wetness. I am just soaked with cave water. There's actually one part where I had to get down on my knees and go through because my fat ass could not squeeze through. So there are parts of the cave that are closed, and I believe they do open seasonally. I have no idea. I'm not a caver. This is about the extent of my caving situation. I've seen too many of those scary videos of people getting stuck in them. So with that, I did mention wanting to do another hike. I was going to do Condor Lookout if I was feeling up to it or had more time, which is one of those, yeah, Condor Gulch Trail, which is one of those that will take you pretty high up. But from where I was at, I felt like I had a really great vantage viewpoints. I guess Condor would be in a very separate part of the park. There are so many different trails that you can do and a lot of loops, which is really fun. So with that, I'm going to just go down the other road. On this side there are two roads, so the road that I took down to Bear Gulch, and then there's another one that takes you to the trailheads for Old Pinnacles and other hikes up there. I'm just going to see if there's any more viewpoints around. Otherwise, we're cutting Pinnacles day kind of a little bit short because I do want to go to Carmel by the Sea, catch sunset, and have dinner there. If you are on the west side of the park, you are, I believe, much closer and easier to Carmel by the Sea. It's a lot easier for you to access if you're on the west side of the park to get to Monterey, Carmel by the Sea, all that stuff. But I'm going to have to just hop around, go a little bit more north, I guess. But yeah, I want to catch sunset there, check out some of the beaches, walk around some of the shops a little bit, and get dinner there. So those are my evening plans, and we have just enough time to do all of it. So off I pop. Off we go. There. Wow. I want to come and just kind of close things out. I really wish I had more time for Caramel and Monterey. I really should have just known that this is not just like a little half-day type thing. Definitely really need to do more exploring. I've done some parts of Monterey Bay, Santa Cruz, but definitely not Carmel and this little jutting out peninsula, a couple state parks around here. Gorgeous, gorgeous sunset. It was kind of difficult to pick a spot and just stick with it, but I knew the Lone Cypress would be easy, and I'm glad I did pick it for my little last 10 minutes of sunset. Gorgeous stuff. To take 17 Mile Beach Road, you have to pay a toll, which is annoying. I guess there's some ways that you can drive around some parts of it and not do that, but I just didn't have time and whatever. So that was a little annoying, but I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. But there are some beaches that you can't access, but I think I might have been able to get here with it. I don't know. Like I said, I was running out of time, so I just wanted to make sure I got to see my beautiful sunset. But yeah, I had a really lovely day. Pinnacles was super fun, and just driving around Monterey and Carmel just makes me want to come back. It's so cute. Beautiful architecture. Yeah, I just gotta come back. It's gonna take me longer to get home than I thought, so I'm not gonna get dinner anywhere cute around here, and I also just don't really feel cute. I feel sweaty. My feet are still kind of damp and wet from it. I was smart again, and I brought like a nice going out dress if I was gonna walk around Carmel or whatever, but I don't know who I thought I was, just cramming all this stuff into one day. This really needs its own day. Oh, and I got to see so many sea otters. They were so big, but so cute. So I'm gonna make my trek home. And yeah, I wanna say, I hope you guys found this video fun and entertaining and informative. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.